Welcome to It's Okay, Let's Talk It Out with Rose and Maria, a talk show about what women go through throughout life and learning it's okay. So, Rose, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rose, and I am a middle aged woman. I am an entrepreneur. I am a realtor and a property manager. I have been in the real estate industry for many, many years. I am also a mom of three wonderful sons, a wife, and I am an owner of several pets. I'm often known to be called to having a zoo. I have two dogs that live at home, four cats, and
Leopard gecko.
a leopard. Yes, actually, it's a. Is it not a gecko? It's
It's
actually
bigger than the
it's a bearded
gecko.
dragon. I guess it's
Yes,
a bearded
bearded
dragon,
dragon.
right? And a fish tank. You can hear the water in the background. We are here to bring topics of all different stages of our lives and what we go through as women, and hope to inspire and
Make a
make
small change.
make a small change and know that you're not alone. Maria?
A little bit about myself. I'm a college student. I'm working on getting my nursing degree, hopefully in 3 years. Um, I'm 22 years old, so there's like a 25
There's
year
a big gap, yeah.
age
Mm-hmm.
gap.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get both perspectives, from different life experiences, of course. Of course, I have the same intention, being on this podcast to help others. Obviously, I want to be a nurse, so that's really all I want to do here, from a personal side, but also from a career side. And I hope you guys enjoy. And we're
What areas that do you want to study in nursing? Because I find that very intriguing.
what
Do you
area?
want
Like
to?
what parts of the hospital you mean?
Yeah, what is what I guess what brought you to wanting to be a nurse, and what areas of nursing would you like to? I know you mentioned something about trauma.
Yes. Not that trauma. Obviously, trauma is not a good situation, but being there for someone in a trauma would make me feel great knowing that I am the helping hands in a particular situation like that. Um, I am a victim of 9/11. My dad died. I was only a year and a half years old. So, from something like that happening to not only me, but my mom and my family, that's part of the reason why I want to be a nurse. So,
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And with trauma, there's all different types of trauma. There's trauma in accidents, there's trauma in death, there's trauma in abuse, there's trauma in
mental.
mental, and and that's we're going to touch on that here as well, and how trauma plays a big role in everybody's lives, some form or another. Somebody has suffered a trauma experience, and we hope to be able to share, our perspectives on that, and how maybe we've gotten through, and help you with that. This episode is going to be about you being enough. And as trauma victims, we often suffer, and the negative thoughts that we're not enough. But even if you're not facing trauma, that thought is, we go through life wondering, are we enough? And, Maria, as a young girl, that could be very challenging as a young girl, trying to find your place in the world. And as a woman, mother, wife, even, an entrepreneur, career person, there's always still that thought of, being enough. And, when you go through, parenting and your children get older, so that's the phase I'm at, where my children are older, and you don't feel like you're, enough anymore, because you don't have anything, to give. At least that's what you can feel. But, that's not true. You are enough, Maria. I am enough. And, to help with that, the big piece of that is how you care for yourself and how you love yourself.
End of the day, yeah, it's all on you.
Right.
A lot of self-love and self-care have to do with that, because focusing on everything else is only going to distract you from your own mental state. That's where I stand on that.
And what are some of the tools that we could help people, kind of
So
figure out how they can, how does one start to care for themselves and love themselves?
So I'm actually a firm believer that self-care is a huge thing, to help your own mental state. For me, I love working out. And when I say working out, it could be going to the gym, it could be going to a dance class, it could be going on a hike, it could be going to the park, it could be swimming. Any form of exercise, personally for me, has really, really helped. And obviously, like, caring for one body is caring for oneself. Good hygiene is also a great way. I find that those two things mainly really make me feel better and just in a happier state of mind. And also keeps you busy. Because if you're upset and you're home and you're not doing anything for yourself or just in general, you're just going to have these constant negative thoughts throughout your mind. Do you agree?
Yeah, I absolutely do agree. And, that leads into what we do with our minds, and that's meditation, right? Meditation has been big, and it's very popular now.
Lots of videos on YouTube.
Lots of videos. I have, my sister Lisa, who's a yoga instructor, and it's just amazing, and how, she has really opened my eyes to, what yoga can do for the mind, body, and soul. I still gotta, get into that, and I do enjoy it, but I haven't practiced it. But meditation, and just, manifesting too. Manifesting, so what we think about is what we bring about, and our minds can be very powerful. And if we keep on telling ourselves, that we're no good, and we're stupid, or we're not good enough, or I can't do that.
It's only going to bring you down more.
It's only going to bring you down more, and you don't want to have those negative thoughts. Although you can't get away from them, because I personally am someone who finds myself guilty of that, especially when I'm going through a lot of stress. Those are triggers for me, and it makes it really hard. But a good support system as well, and turning to God. My always my place that I find peace and comfort is when I do turn to God, and know that He's there for me, and He carries me through. So that is my safe. Yeah, He has a plan, and that is my safe place. But there are other resources out there as well, and that is having a support system that you can go to, that you can feel safe. And
even if it's one person, when we say support system, does it mean like you need a whole group of people? Does it mean you need to be going to therapy, seeing a professional?
Although that's fine
That's
too.
also an option, but it's not that you need a lot of people or a specific person. For instance, like, let's say it's your mom or it's your one friend that you're super close to. Having someone there and having someone, to talk to, end of the day, is only going to help you. Another option is journaling. I personally journal a lot. As of recently, I've been journaling more often. Now, when you don't want to talk to someone and you just want to get your thoughts out, having a journal, and it sounds cliche, but having a journal is really great. You get everything out there. You're, quote unquote, speaking it into the universe. And it's not like you're holding back anything, because you're putting everything that you're thinking onto the paper. So, I suggest you at least give it a shot. At first, when I was told, I was like, oh, like, really? I'm just going to write it down? Like, what is that really going to do for me? But really, it truly does help. And
so can you share a little bit of helped you? Like what was this defining moment that you were like, okay, journaling is really a great resource for me?
Like, what are like some examples of like
Yeah, like what
why
did
I
you,
would?
what, not even why would you, but you said you started journaling and at first you were like, oh, I'm not going to journal. Like, what have you gotten from it, your personally?
I mean, I think going throughout anything in life, whether it's, you know, a relationship, school, stress, any type of thing, um, I think it's better to not keep all your emotions inside, because then you're just going to burst. Um, you know, you can't, kind of like the whole therapy thing, keeping everything inside is only gonna make things worse. So journaling, I strongly recommend. You want to introduce the loving yourself first?
The loving yourself.
Loving oneself first.
Oh, well, you can add on that.
All in all, from all the topics that we've mentioned, what we're really trying to get is to love oneself first. Um, you know, having friends, having family is great. Loving them is great. Putting the energy into them is great. But you have to love yourself first, and it is a lot easier said than done. Um, from the self-care, the hygiene, meditation, journaling, um, you
Those are the
can make the
resources.
yes, you can make a difference, and it's not that it's going to happen overnight, but loving oneself first is truly the key to happiness. And a lot of these things sound cliche, but you truly have to really feel good within yourself in order to feel good with others in the outside world. That's my take on that.
Right. And you know, a lot of people, and especially women,
Especially women.
yes, you we're so busy taking care of everyone around us that we do forget to love ourselves. We forget to take
Even
care of
focus,
ourselves
yes,
and
yes.
focus on ourselves. But you know, when you're in an airplane and the flight attendant is going through all the rules and the safety precautions and what needs to be done in the event of, you know, an emergency, what do they always say? You put the mask on first, right? Before you can go and save everybody else. Well, that's what you have to do in life, is you have to put the mask on first. You have to take care of your health, your mental stability, your, even if it's going out and, you know, buying an outfit.
You have to do things for yourself.
Yeah, find your passion. Because as a mom, and my kids are older, you come to a place in life is, who are you? You were a mom for all these years, you're defined as a mom, and now they don't need you anymore, or they don't need you the way you want them to need you. But then you have to redefine yourself, and who are you? And that's what's gonna, you know, and then with that close and who are you, that'll be our next episode. We'll talk about who are you in this world and how do you find your identity. We thank you so
or
much.
rediscover your identity.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I hope you'll join us and you know, continue to watch us, and we'd love to hear your feedback, and you know, just you know, if you want to share a story and you want us to, you know, talk about it,
We're open.
We're open, yeah. And thank you, Maria, so much for
Thank
joining me on this.
you.
This is really exciting. This is also going to be posted to A Journey Unspoken. This is all part of our journey in helping to make a difference. So just remember that it's okay. It's okay to not feel like you're enough, but you are enough. It's okay to, you know, question things, and it's okay so to be different, to be unique, and be strong.
Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.
Take care.